Okay, if you're watching the video, you see I've got a note down there. Let me know if the sound is good. I'm coming on a minute in advance because I've been having some sound issues. So I'm gonna wait for the first person to get on, get the thumbs up that the sound check is doing good, and then I've got less than a minute to roll out the gift. Okay, so but meanwhile, if the sound is good, then you'll know it. Oh, okay. And yeah, so that's it. There's nothing else to say. Okay, I'm just waiting to see. Oh man, I tell you, technology is hilarious, but you have to laugh at it, and because what I've found is, we take it a little for granted. I know I do. And so, so when I started having these tech problems where I was sounding like the chipmunks, so I wrote StreamYard and they were very responsive. So I want to give them another creditable shout out. Um, I didn't totally understand everything they said in terms of what my options were, but I did some different update things, and the most important thing they told me is that you can always refresh your page, and it's that real old school philosophy of press the start button all over again. But hey, you know what? It's time for today's message, and so let's go on and roll with that, and we'll see what happens. Okay, cool in the gang. All right, so. Welcome to Gift Friday. I created it because so often we hear TGI. Oh, wait, let me do this. Let me um uh, uh, okay, I'm going to take the chance that the sound is going to be working. No, I'll just leave it that way. I'll just leave it that way. Okay. So welcome to welcome to Gift Friday. I created because so often we hear TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. But I say, what allure does Friday have to that person that took their last breath on Thursday? So I use what I've learned through Psalm 92 and 2, and that is, it is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. So instead of TGIF, I use TGIT. Thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. Thus, that allows me to swing on over to Matthew 6 and 34. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Thank God it's tonight. Today's trouble is enough for today. Thank God it's today. You see, darkness must always precede the light. So, not to throw TGIT to the trash, but let's give it another option. How about looking at it as trusting God is free? How about thinking about what it costs to be blessed to have the greatest gift of every day, waking up? And now let me check and see if anybody's giving me a sound check thumbs up, and no one has. So we're going to just keep rolling. Okay. All right. So waking up is the wonderful gift that we get every day. And when we look at that, we realize that if we take the T in TGIF and move it from the front to the end, we find what we really must give God thanks for. And that is today. Thus, GIFT, gift. God is for today. Gift Friday is the online sharing of one of my inspirational and original poems, and its possible uses to inspire audiences online or in person, or even in your own spirit. Then, if you like a keepsake, colorful copy of the poem, I'm going to be able to give you a copy by you can just if you're on my mailing list. If you're not, you can just put your request in the chat in the thread if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn. But if you're not on my mailing list, that's why I stumbled. You're going to need to email me at sporty@sportyking.com, and then I can send you the poem. The reason I do that, tech tip, when tech works, is because if I'm going to be sending a PDF. So if you put it in the thread, and I've never emailed you before, we've never exchanged emails before, when I send it, your security is going to block it as spam. So that's why I say put it in the chat. And then if you're on my mailing list, and email me if you're not. If you're on YouTube, put your request in comments, not in the thread, because the thread gets erased when the broadcast is over, but put it in comments, okay? So that's good for our tech tips to get us going today. Meanwhile, today I'm going to take you back into a time tunnel. That's what I've been doing. So you've been with me the last couple of weeks. This is actually my first book that I wrote in 1975. The father of a girlfriend bound it with blank pages because he liked the poetry that I had written to his daughter and she had shared with him. For those who don't remember, my birth name is Rispodi, Ryspodii. So I got creative on connecting the title using poetry and Rispodi, using what they had in common, and that was, and still is, the RY. I've been getting such a kick out of it because I've been using it to reconnect to my early days and seeing where my spirit has changed and where it has stayed the same. So I say to you, please find something physical that takes you back to the formative days and let it become a great inner conversation. You'll smile because you've changed or even because you haven't. Today's gift was written in 1985 and shared again in 1989. In fact, it was shared not as a poem, but as a Christmas card during my days at the Wall Street Journal. And it's called Christmas Prelude. Christmas is a time for sharing and caring, no matter what your religion or belief. It's refreshing, rewarding, joyous, sincere, but when it's over, a sigh of relief. Yes, Christmas is for mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and friends. And the joy that it brings from whatever you spend is a happiness you'll reflect upon again and again. And this is not your ordinary Christmas card, so I appreciate your not throwing it away. It's an original by me, your Wall Street Journal rep, and it may be a souvenir one day. To many of you, I'm just another salesman's voice. To some, a letter or even a welcome face. Whatever your experience with me or the journal, we wish you quality results from your advertising space. Personalized poetry from the Wall Street Journal. My treat to you as Christmas my treat to you as Christmas draws near. However you celebrate, may your holiday be full and lead to a prosperous and happy new year. That is Christmas Prelude. What makes me smile about this poem is the joy I had during my 18 years at the Wall Street Journal, with this being part of my 12 in classified advertising sales. I never thought I'd leave the journal. In fact, I was so committed, dedicated, and good at what I did, it seemed like my full name was Sporty King, the Wall Street Journal. Now, present day, while putting this together, those words came out of my spirit so smoothly that I decided to look up the difference between committed and dedicated. And here's what it said. There's a sharp difference between devotion and commitment. To commit means to pledge, and thereby binding oneself to a word. To devote means to freely give of one's time to a specific cause. I was committed, I was dedicated, and I was good. Didn't have to look that one up. I even gave a woman my card once and told her to have her grandson contact me when he got old enough to work. I told her I wouldn't be in my same sales position, but someone would know how to get in touch with me. I just never thought I'd leave the Wall Street Journal. And let me tell you, I've got a lot of good memories and a lot of great friends that I still keep in touch with here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and just by email from my Wall Street Journal days. Find something physical that takes you back to the formative days and let it become a great inner conversation. You'll smile because you've changed or even because you haven't. I found that physical thing in my original collection of poetry. If you like a copy of today's gift and you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, just drop that in the comments. If I haven't emailed you before, email me so I can be responding to you. If you're on YouTube, drop it in comments rather than the thread. I'm sorry. So Facebook and LinkedIn, drop it in the thread, but YouTube, drop it in the comments rather than the thread. And remember, TGIT. Thank God it's today. Thank God it's tonight. And there's no greater gift than the fact that God is for today. God bless you. And I'm glad to now get a chance to look back and see that the sound is right. So, hey, what's going on? Mandrea coming in from San Antonio. Just had a ball with him a couple of weeks ago. Thank you and God bless you. And then what's going on? And Mandrea, gosh, met in Chicago. And then my sister from Chicago, but who's now here in Charlotte. Good. And we met in Chicago. What's going on, Roger Carroll? And I'm glad to know that that sound works. So I guess maybe our tech difficulties are behind us. But that's the whole point of the message too, is that our past is behind us. And what can you look back and again find something physical that can remind you to keep celebrating? Nola, yeah, yep, and Lorenzo still in New Orleans. So great, great. Thank you all. Have a wonderfully safe weekend. Welcome to December. Check out my post, in fact, on Facebook and LinkedIn. I think it's I don't quote myself, but it says something about okay. Wait, let me quickly look and see what it says. It says, "Hope you're having a better hour than last." You see, you can't get to weeks without hours, without moments, and without days. It's so important to enjoy the bites in life. They're always sized right. We just have to remember to pace. Welcome to your new December. See, you've done December before. Thanks, God bless, and thanks for that quote I use. And yes, Lorenzo, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I saw that on your page, the colorful quote. And yeah, what is it? Yawn. I can't. Again, I don't quote myself well, but I appreciate you sharing that. That was fun. That was from your word as a co-author. Okay, y'all. Look, I'm out of here. I'll take one breath to see if any comments come through because I'm rolling on a Friday and God is good. Thank you. Safely. Stay safe. Ciao. Ooh, here we go.